Okay, a bit of a change this one. Don't think I've done a Goblin match yet. And this is a game that I've just played in the Sorbal League, online league on Fumble, which is my Amazons against Eldritch Fox's Goblins. And should have been a walk in the park. Let's see if it turned out that way. This is one of those matches for those who like to watch people suffer. And suffer I certainly did. Okay, so my Amazon's on the right, which is a bit strange for me, watching my team play on the right, because the home team is always on the left on Fumble. And always in red as well, actually. So I'm watching my team play in blue. So if I get that wrong at any point, it'll be confusing. So I did a short kick, because I like to do that sometimes. It just maximizes what could go wrong for him if I get the blitz result. So I kicked to there, away from Morg. And then a riot, so it pushes the squares forward, pushes the turn forward, which is not ideal, because ideally I want him, well, I don't really want him to score. But so that's two Amazons off the pitch in the first sort of turn, two knockouts, one from a Goblin and one from a Troll. Yeah, as I was saying, so if he does score, I want him to score reasonably quickly and score back and go in at 1-1. That's the standard sort of play. But obviously a riot makes that less likely to happen. So he's got all the secret weapons on the pitch. He's got a lovely pogo with an extra move. He's got move 8. He's got his fanatic on the pitch. He's got a chainsaw on the pitch. The bomber is actually in reserves there. So he's taken Morgan Thorg because I had a load of big higher TV than him. So all that I do is just blitz a Goblin on my first turn, nothing very much. So I'm down to 9 players already. And then I tag this one here. No harm in tagging a Goblin generally. The Fanatic doesn't do a lot, just wanders around. And more comes up, and that doesn't do much either, because double both down and we both got block. So I've got a fair amount of block on this team, so the sort of 1400 TV team. Okay, so doesn't get horrible to start with. Yes, this is where it goes horrible. Right, okay. So, yep, so is this his turn or my turn? Yeah, it's his turn. So the Fanatic is sort of wandering around the place, dodges around. The Fanatic's not tremendously good, and the Troll's failing as well. Now, this is what I didn't notice. The chainsaw, because I have a terrible habit of flicking off during my turns and doing other stuff. Quite a good thing about Fumble, it pings back at you when it's your turn. And so I didn't notice that this person had been stunned. Poor old Shawlina got hit with a chainsaw and had been stunned, which I should have figured out, because you can't actually be knocked down by a chainsaw. You're either stunned or nothing. Skull re-rolled into a pow there, very nice for him. Now he fails the dodge, and things are looking rosy here. So I've got a frenzy blitzer over here, and I've got a tackle guard blitzer. Now, what you need to imagine is that this background here, which you can put on, is over this side, and it made it very difficult to see that this person was actually greyed out, poor old Shawlina. And so what I do is I bring in my blitzer here to remove the chainsaw's tackle zone, and then get ready to blitz with the person on the floor, and completely fail to do so because she's in fact turned over and so can't move this turn. So I go for the second option, which is to bring in the second blitzer and go for it and blitz the ball carrier that way, but she fails the dodge. And this is where it all really starts to go wrong for me, because I've left a blitzer next to the chainsaw, and also loads of my players completely out of position because they were sort of getting ready to pounce on the ball carrier. So yeah, dead, killed. Apothecary used, killed. That was unfortunate. Frenzy, Mighty Blow player. The Trolls are having a shocker meanwhile, just a whole load of stupidity going on. Both Trolls stupid in one turn. This one's left by himself, so that's a 4+, that's reasonable. And it's just a horrible mess, horrible mess. So running over and trying to, and I do not manage to knock over the ball carrier, but only with them both down, because I had to use a reroll earlier in the turn, I think. So yeah, let's. So he manages to retrieve the ball and run off towards the end zone. I probably made a tactical decision. I was starting to lose it slightly at this stage, and so instead of blocking along the line, I pushed him into the end zone because I wanted to score and have 2 turns. But I forgot that I had 2 turns, so I set up for the 1-turn score, and the ball obviously decided that it would be helpful to move next to Morg. At this point, I remembered that I had 2 turns to score, so I thought I'd move some players into scoring range. The thrower actually does a decent job of retrieving the ball for once and chucking it over to the catcher, and get into a reasonable position for the 2-turn score. But I think he manages to get enough goblins in the way for it to make it impossible, basically. And also to badly hurt my catcher. Yeah, that's really good. So that's a move 7 catcher hit with the chainsaw. The chainsaw's been absolutely deadly. He used the bribe on the chainsaw earlier. Bomber missed next game. Bomber's only on the pitch for 2 turns and manages to badly hurt someone. So yeah, nothing in the way. So I just managed to and I actually go for a sneaky foul on the poker as well, but nothing much happens there. And then just the 1-star player point. So in at the half, 1-0 down. Not too bad, should be able to score. No secret weapons left, really, and should just be able to sort this one out. Go for the blitz there. And now what I was going to do was just do a quick 1 dice on the troll. Oh, look, it's failed. I rolled skull and then a skull again. So that's the same as a 2+, because I had block. That troll didn't have block, so it was just a quick 1 dice. What I should have done, of course, was protect the ball. Failed to do that. So kept it completely open, and actually Goblins is one of the teams you don't want to leave it against because he can throw a person over there. Luckily, failed to pick up. That was a bit of a bonus. Otherwise, I'd have been 2-0 down straight away. So, do I A, make it really safe and destroy this player, or do I B, do some faffing about first? Answer: do some faffing about first. Skull, 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 skull. Yes, that is a quad skulls, double skull, reroll double skulls. 1 in 1,300 chance of that happening, but happen it did. Marvellous. Meaning that he can do some stuff. Blitz with Morg. Does Morg double skull? No. Morg does the job. And then stuff happens. And then makes the pickup, dodges out, and scores. So I'm 2-0 down. Tremendous. All right. Let's see what happens here next. Bit of bashing. This is sort of what I wanted to happen, so I'm going to go for the quick skull. I'm not. It's not completely out of it. 2-0 down. I can get back to 2-2 maybe would be nice. Just a semblance of respectability and blame everything on the double skulls and all that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to mark up a few players. Protect the ball this time. I've actually managed to do that. Pick up the ball. No. Thrower does not manage to pick up the ball. 1, reroll 1. Hasn't got sure hands yet. Too busy faffing about with other skills. And then it all just gets a little bit messy, really. Lots of players around the ball and so things happen. Yeah, nice pow. Yeah. Yep, stuff happens over here. So I'm still trying to score quickly, so I've freed up the catcher. And then knocked Morg over, get the goblin away, and then throw fails the pickup again because I've had to use the reroll on the 1 dice block on the troll, and so I didn't have the reroll for the pickup. So it's not looking good, and the clock's ticking away. The problem is when you're 2-0 down, you can't really afford to faff about with stupid turns like that. So he gets a few players in the way, knocked the player. Oh yeah, this was another bit of gorgeousness. So I blitzed a player onto the ball, hoping that it would bounce out somewhere. No one very likely to catch the ball. And obviously the person who catches the ball is the person who's just blitzed, so I can't do anything about that. So that's another turn for the clock to tick away. This is a wonderful game. So yeah, moving the catcher into position and just sort of marking up a wee bit and getting some players up there. Just hoping that I'll be able to sort of hold on to the ball, basically. Blitzes me, so he doesn't actually knock me down there. But all these dodges are working. Oh, it's just diving tackle. Yeah, that was a diving tackle blitzer there and failed to stop him from dodging away. Still managing to hold on to the ball. But he's got 2 tackle zones on me there, and so I can't really do a lot about that one. This one's got sidestep as well, so I can't even use this person to. I would come in here and blitz there and then knock away and hope for a POW, but that's no good. So I'm just going to do a little bit of hitting and then dodge away, hand off to the thrower, and then score. I think that's going to work. No, fail the dodge. 3-up dodge, fail with dodge. Awesome. And it's all fairly hopeless at this stage. Yeah, Pogo gets the ball and it's looking like 3-0. Leaps out, a couple of go for it's. Yeah. If that dodge had worked, if those couple of dodges worked, that would have been quite nasty. So got them both down, managed to knock out the cat in the hat. Pick up the ball, go for the long bomb, fails. Yeah, look at that. That was quite cool. Triple skulls, don't see those very often, but triple skulls managed to re-roll it using loner. Yes, awesome. And get a player in scoring position. Doesn't manage to get the throw away because of the tackle zone there. And then just marking up a wee bit. Yep, 3 dice spiked block casualty there. It's quite cool. And then just a consolation at touchdown. So that was quite, it was fun in its own way, I suppose. But yeah, it was a horrible, horrible mess of a game. And yeah, season's probably gone now. But it's only online. Doesn't really matter, does it? It's not a tournament. Anyway, all good fun. Hope you enjoyed it more than I did.